My name means let there be light. Many of my brothers and sisters says you're the light of the family. And winning Boston Marathon, definitely people came and told me that you have healed the nation in many ways. Hi, my name is Meb Keflezighi. I'm a marathon runner.
Meb is the only one, I guess, now who has won Boston, New York, and an Olympic medal. That says a lot about his longevity and his persistence in being able to put those three together and a whole lot of other things. Throughout, he was the complete distance runner and still is.
I fully didn't realize and appreciate all of Meb's just amazing work ethic and his talent and his commitment to running until I was in high school. I was in the 10th grade and I thought I could join the cross-country team and just be as talented or even more talented than Meb. Only by going through that process did I realize that Meb made it look so easy.
I was born in Eritrea and I lived there until I was 10 years old, and it's tough to describe what was going there because of war. Eritrea was in a war for 30 years. And I remember my brothers, I wasn't old enough, but my brothers just hide in the bushes when the Ethiopian soldiers come, and there's Ethiopian soldiers are here, so if you are 12 years old or older, they grab you and take you.
My dad was very involved as a supporter of the independence movement.
The war got worse, so he has to escape. So from being a successful businessman or storekeeper to being a farmer, but he did that for the safety of his family.
Then, when the revolution came, I left the town. We live as a farmers in my wife's village.
And I remember I have to walk 2 to 3 miles to get water out of the well. Remember, there's no running water and no electricity, so you have to go 2 to 3 miles to also get, climb trees to get bark out of it or leaves out of it so you can have fire to cook food or to boil water. That's where the discipline comes from my parents. I mean, they put their life for the better of their kids. And that's why we came to the United States and nothing else. Running happened afterward and many accolades, but when we came here, we didn't have anything but the clothes on our back. October 21st, 1987 is the day me and my family arrived in the United States.
One day, a different day, I remember this day coming, and then I knew I was gonna say that from like 5 months ago.
Oh yeah?
So now I know I can read.
I like your dress.
Thank you.
Yeah, you feeling better? Yeah? Hi. Mahando? قول الأبين متى؟ ها محando؟ ها محando؟ أبو؟
One of Meb's best characteristics is he learns from others. And so when we came to the United States, my 2 older siblings, Futsum and AK, played soccer and ran cross country and track and field. And they never really found the balance, and there's just a lot of politics involved in soccer also. He chose running because he was, first of all, very good at it, but also he could control that a little bit more. He could control his destiny.
You know, I was 13 years old, 7th grade physical education class. The PE teacher, Dick Lord, said, he told the whole class, if you run hard, you're gonna get A or a B if you put the effort, but if I see you mess around and goof around, you're gonna get D or F. Well, I don't want to disappoint my parents. I want to get that A, and I ran as hard as I can. And as a 7th grader, if you run 6 minutes and 15 seconds, you get your A, you get your t-shirt, and you get your picture in the gym. And to my surprise and his surprise, I ran at 5:20 for the mile, and that's when he said, you're gonna go to the Olympics. My first competitive race, as far as I know, is the cross country 25 years ago, 1990. My dad took me to the cross country meets, and then my 9th grade year, I went to Memorial Junior High in San Diego, and then I competed for San Diego High. And, you know, 3 miles or 5K races, that was my first competition.
I saw Meb run for the first time at UCLA when I was head coach up there, and he was running for San Diego High School. I liked what I saw. He was pretty efficient already, pretty smooth. His mechanics were pretty solid.
My older brothers, Futsum and AK and Meb, they were featured in the school newspaper, the city newspaper all the time. The Keflezighi brothers, all these great success stories and positive stories about our family because of what Meb, AK, and Futsum were doing. And for me, it just gave me so much hope.
You could just see that there was something special about him. Impressed that to this day I jokingly say I gave a full scholarship to the family, not to Meb.
UCLA came with a 5-year scholarship offer, and you know, Coach Bob Larson and Eric Pearson came and visited my parents, and you know, that sealed the deal. I told Coach Larson, I just want to accomplish one thing, and that was to win the cross-country NCAA titles. And because you have the steeplechase, you got the 5K, 10K, and cross-country runners all in one, and it takes a lot of pride in that to be able to prevail. And on my last race, I won that, and you know, Kevin Sullivan, Gray Myler, Bernard Lagat, Goucher, Abdi. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And I think it ended up being like 9 Olympians from that race, and it was one of my proudest moments. I had my hand up like this, holding the trophy like this with the biggest smile, just because you know you dream for those and mission accomplished.
You got the whole overhaul going today.
Today's everything.
Perfect. Let's bring this arm straight up. Hold that nice and strong. Awesome. Okay.
There it goes.
Good. Okay, you're all set. Good stuff. Ready for a few more miles.
All right.
Well, Meb is a goal setter. He really, he lives life to accomplish goals. He sets realistic goals, he goes for it. So when he graduated from UCLA in 1999, he wrote a letter to the different shoe companies, and Coach Larson helped with that. And Coach Larson has this perspective. So when Meb wrote, I want to be a leader in the resurgence of American distance running, it was because somebody like Coach Larson could give him a little bit of context of where American distance running was in the late 70s and early 80s.
What we were trying to do was energize American distance running again, because we just didn't have the stars.
So that really helped Meb set new goals to say, hey, maybe I won't be the best in the world, but I can be one of the best in the United States and bridge the gap between where the East Africans were running and where Americans were running at that time.
I already had the feeling of what is to be American record holder from the 10K. And for me, the next thing I wanted to do was try to challenge myself at the distance of 26.2 miles. My first New York Marathon race in 2002, Alberto Salazar was my inspiration for that race. And if he wanted it when he was in college, I said I could definitely do one out of college. So I had the confidence going in that I think I could win. And basically, I went for the win, and I was supposed to hold back on First Avenue, but I got too excited and felt like I was just really like, not jogging, but very comfortable within myself, and got it down to 4 people.
Usually guys get excited because there's a canyonized, multi-story buildings, and the sound reverberates, and it gets guys so excited they just take off. So warned them not to do that first marathon, just pace yourself.
It was 38 degrees, I remember it was chilly, and you know the crowd is amazing in New York. I'm going First Avenue, so I started pushing it, and 18, 19, you know, maybe got a little warm. I wasn't hot, but I threw my beanie away, put my gloves away, got it down to 4 people, and I said worst scenario, I got 4th place, and best scenario, I think I could still win.
Bang, they take off. 3 Kenyans, I think, and Meb goes with them. And so that was about a 4:35 mile, 4:32, something like that. And not only does he stay with them, he takes the lead. And I'm just shaking my head knowing that we haven't done that type of training. And sure enough, when he gets close to the park, he had thrown off his hat, thrown off his gloves because he'd gotten pretty warm. Now the weather's getting colder, and his body's starting to shut down after 20 miles. I got to 20 and looked good and felt good, but at 20, inevitably it was going to catch up with him, and it did.
You know, I still thought I could finish 4th. I fought for it and ended up getting 9th place overall. I ran 2:12:35, and the A standard for the Olympics was 2:12, sub 2:12, so I missed it by 36 seconds. I was really mad, and I was in pain.
And his father's already there, and he's got a blanket around him, and he's shivering. And I look down at him, and Meb looks up at me like this, and he says, "Coach, you just saw my first and last marathon." I just kind of laughed because I knew that feeling, going down First Avenue with all those people yelling for you and feeling so good that he'd want to do it again.
I was in a miserable place at that time, but you know, I tell people I got my PhD that day. You know, I don't want to race, but I know what to do, what not to do, and New York is where I learned my PhD.